What's going on, you guys? It's me, Geoffrey again. Welcome to another episode of Geoffrey's Customs, and today I'm talking about another custom that I recently did, and it is Emerl the Gizoid from Sonic Battle. Now, if you don't know what Sonic Battle is, it's a game for the Game Boy Advance, and basically you play Sonic and a whole bunch of other characters, and you just basically beat the crap out of each other. Fun game. I've played it before, and I completed it. So Emerald's story, he is a robot, like a Gizoid, built 4,000 years ago by the Nocturnus clan, supposedly. But in Sonic Battle, like, Eggman discovers him and he tries to develop a link with Emerald, but it fails. But when Emerald met Sonic, like, Sonic trains Emerald and Emerald becomes a friend to Sonic, Tails, and the others. But during time, like, as Emerald gains more of the Chaos Emeralds, which is kind of pun of the name, he gets more smarter and more wiser, and he can speak English. And basically, this robot serves as, like, a son figure to Amy Rose for some reason, and maybe Sonic in a case way, but that doesn't make sense because Sonic and Amy are not married, but that's besides the point. But sadly, Emerald dies in the final story. So the base I use for this custom is Metal Sonic. And basically, I dismantled Metal Sonic into all of his parts except for removing the shoulders and legs from the sockets of the torso. Then I filled up the edge parts with the epoxy sculpt, and I shaved the head, like I shaved the head spines off and the ears off with my X-Acto knife to make a nice core for the head. And this is the work in progress shot of what you're seeing when it was not sculpted up. The other bits are like a 3DS and Nintendo Switch sculpted out of epoxy sculpt, which are the epoxy sculpt figure of the Switch and 3DS that you see there are prototypes. So after that, I decided to paint them up, which was not that difficult at all, but it's not that easy at all because I had to figure out what colors he is. And looking at a reference shot, I was able to discover what color pattern he is because he's mostly like the tannish, yellowish mustard color with a little bit of beige, as well as blue eyes and the orange circles on the side, as well as that orange crest. And then after the head was done, I went onto the body, which is the mustard yellow, the orange, like on the crest, as well as brown, because he has brown hands and brown arms, unlike Metal Sonic, who would have silver arms and hands. And then we get to the completed figurine. And here he is. Here's Emerald the Gizoid, like, all completed up. Now, like I said, in the final story of Sonic Battle, like the final story, which is Emerald, he fights Eggman twice. But after being Eggman, Eggman uses his final Egg Blaster to annihilate a bunch of stars in outer space for some reason. And due to this, it causes Emerald to go haywire, and you have to fight him one last time. And because of that, like, Emerald is like the one of those few Sonic characters to actually die. I'm not saying that like he actually dies, and you actually know that it's implicated that he died, which is kind of surprising that this is one of those Sonic characters to actually die. And it's like this shows of his entire life as a character. Enough rambling about that. Let's get on to the video footage of me talking about him. Okay, and here's my completed custom of Emerl, the Gizoid from Sonic Battle. Now, I had a lot of fun making this guy. He uses a Metal Sonic as a base. I had to, like, take him apart and then basically, I basically shaved down all the spines that Metal Sonic had, as well as the ears and the nose, because just to make the head more round as a anchoring core, so that way I could put the epoxy around it to shape out Emerald's head. I filled in the torso with epoxy sculpt and made these parts, like the lower part of the arms, with epoxy, as well as upgrading the shins and the feet with epoxy, as well as the jetpack thing. Then I painted them up with Vallejo paint, and then sealed them up with gloss varnish. And he can, in fact, stand on his own, despite him looking a little bit pigeon-toed. Yeah, the goal is to make sure these customs stand on their own. Because if they don't stand on their own, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, I think I should, like, fix it or something. But he looks good. He looks really good. Yes, I gave him details. They're like little brownish black backgrounds, on his shoes. Well, not shoes, but they're his feet, because he's a robot. This robot doesn't wear shoes. He's a Gizoid. So, here he is next to, a few other characters. Like, let's say, here he is next to Sonic. Like, the first character that he became friends with. As well as Tails, who is a genius. And just for the fun of it, here he is next to someone he probably never met, and that's Mario. Anyways. Oh, and just because, here he is next to me, of course. If he was to ever establish a link with me and copy my abilities. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this custom of Emerl. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This is Geoffrey signing out.